myself. Take me right back to the start.
Welcome to part 2. If you missed part 1 by chance, click right here. I'll have a link. Watch that one first. It explains how we got this far. Enjoy the rest of the build. Alright, we got all the disassembly ready. We sanded all the extra corners. And now we will get to staining the first piece. So we have the main board. We're going to start on the inside first, just to get a feel for it. And then that way when we flip it, inside will be on the bottom, and it doesn't really matter if there's like 2 lines because we're using our angle pieces for the supports. And then we have wipe off that we have to do because we have to lather it and then wipe it all off really quick. And we're going to take the wipe off and just do the minor pieces that aren't really important. So we'll see how that goes so far, but we might switch it up when we get further in because we have quite a few boards to do. So let's get to it. Got everything stained. Camera was running low, so I just cut the montage. Got everything stained up. This is how the headboard will look. Different green on the feet, going the opposite direction. It's kind of cool. But give you a little taste of what it will look like. I also painted the inside corner brackets just a straight black, I don't know, glass protective enamel. It doesn't really matter anything, just to cover the shine. Which reminds me, I got these brackets for center support bar. They'll go right here on the headboard. And then that 2x4 for the middle will sit right on those. So I might just quick go and spray these black just so we have everything covered black and not shiny. I have to go practice the special cut I'm going to do for these partial legs, because the partial legs are just going to have, I forget what they're called, but it's like a disc. I'm going to groove it out on both the side board and the top of the leg. And then I'm going to put these little discs in, put those in, glue them in, clamp it together, and then that'll just hold them in place. And I have to glue these boards in that groove there. As you can see over there, I just have them put together right there. I have them put together now, but I'm going to wait a little bit. I think I'm going to come back tomorrow and glue them in, because I just want to make sure the stain is all dry all the way through. It said an hour and then 3 hours for reapplying, but I think I'm going to just stick with this one coat. So I'm going to glue, then I'm going to wait another day or two, and then I'm going to poly my first coat. Then I'm going to wait a day or two, and then I'm going to come back, wet sand, poly again after another day, and then I think I'm only going to do 2 coats of poly. So I'm going to go spray these black, and then I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to come back and see if I can get another one in. Back at it again. Off camera, I glued up these legs into here. It wasn't anything too special. I just slapped glue. I literally just did it. And I forgot to grab the camera. So I put glue in, and then I just assembled the whole bed so that the glue settles to where it's supposed to be. So now we're going to attach these back on. I took them off because I want to slap some glue on the back here, and then I've got these, and I'm going to put those up here so that the center board can fit. So we're going to kick that in. got the center thing attached, glued and screwed the sideboards on like we said we were going to, and then I just went and laid out all of these again, which I'll probably end up taking most of this apart because I gotta poly it, but for the sake of gluing everything, I figured it would be best. There's a little bit, but that'll dry up and clear. Figured it'd be best I just put it all together so these legs glue the way I want them to. So that is where we're gonna leave it today. And I think tomorrow we'll come back and we might try to attach these on, because I still have to cut out my biscuit holes on that and on that board, but I wanna give the glue a day or two to settle. And then we'll be back at it. All right, we'll come back to yet another day. So today we tested the mattress out, fits, super sturdy, squeak free, nothing is best bed I've been in and best bed I've made so far. So not saying much for my first bed, but today is this polyurethane day. I got this first piece taken apart and ready. So we are going to just coat the back first, and then we're gonna flip it and coat the front, because I don't really care if there's too little lines because I have angles used right here. I have angles with the jeans just so I don't get like the rust and everything from the angles, but I'll have just two little lines right here and here on the poly, which I can sand down and I can touch up later, so I don't really care. We have all of the sides. I'm not going to do any of this smaller stuff unless I really feel like it at the end. So let's get to it. Let's start polying the first coat. Let's go. Finished up here. Last night we got them all polyed, and we didn't get to the LEDs because we gotta get home. But tomorrow we will assemble and maybe get the LEDs on. So we'll see how those look. So let's get to tomorrow. Alright, so we're skipping forward a little bit. I didn't record myself putting the LEDs on, but it was pretty simple once we figured it all out with the capacitors and everything. But I can show you that here quick. So we put on all the LEDs on the center post after a few experiments of trying it on underneath there or even on the side of there. But we did finagle them, all three colors we have right here, and I'll show you what it looks like. And then we put in all into this metal camera box. Actually is what it was. I just reused one that we had laying around. But here, I'll show you what it looks like. That is what it looks like on the inside. So we just took a capacitor regulator for each color, strung it in and out, and then put it in here just pretty much for safety reasons. And then I went online and I bought these Fosman switches. So they run all off of this switch, and you can have different combinations, and you all just preset them on this remote that I use. It's pretty simple. So after we got all that set up, we brought it into my place and we set it up. Right now I'll be putting in screws to secure these boards because I've been using it for a while, and when you get on it, you can kind of hear them clank a little, and it kind of gets annoying. And then when you lift the bed up, it shows out that they actually like shifted forward or backwards. So I think a screw in the center will pretty much fix all of that. Maybe if we have a few more clanking around, we'll shoot some more screws right up in the sides here. But I think for the most part that'll solve it. So I hope you enjoyed this build. Come back and check out for some more adventures, builds, walkthroughs, etc. You never know what's gonna happen. So click the next video and enjoy.